Good afternoon, everybody. Travis here with Peskies Pest Control, and just wanted to share with you what we've been working on for another customer over here in Deatsville, Alabama. So the customer started having some destruction on one of the vents that leads to their attic on the front side of their house. Wood was being torn off. The mesh screen that keeps things out of their attic was torn to bits. So we did some investigating, and initially we thought it was a squirrel based upon the evidence that we found inside the attic of the customer's house. But we finally did put a game camera up, and come to find out it was a raccoon. Now, raccoons inside of the living space of your house is one really bad thing. But they are notorious for getting into the spaces that you don't live in, your attic, your crawl space, places like that, where they can go and they can try to nest and they can try to make a home for themselves. And they can also be very damage and destructive, do a lot of damage and destruction to your house. And also they can spread disease and sickness to your family too by, their feces being in your attic too. So just not a great situation. You definitely don't want any wildlife living inside the attic or any space of your house. So the customer called us. We found out that it was in fact a raccoon. We were able to set traps just along the base of the front of the house where the raccoon was actually climbing up the stonework that was decorative on the front of the house. And within 2 nights of having traps out, we were able to catch the raccoon and safely remove him from the customer's property. That way he can no longer cause any more property damage to the customer's home. So as you can see, we actually have the raccoon here in the trap that caught him. He doesn't look really thrilled with us, of course, one, because he's in a trap. However, two, because raccoons are also nocturnal. So being that it's daylight outside, that it's, the early afternoon, he's probably upset because he would have been asleep at this point, but he's not able to hide in that customer's attic any longer. However, I can tell you that if you do come across a raccoon, you see one like this in a cage or out and about in public, do not get near it. They are quite vicious. He may look cute and cuddly. However, he can be very, very dangerous. They have, their claws on their hands that can scratch you. They also have very sharp teeth, and I've actually had a raccoon in a trap before try to eat me through the cage. Thankfully, he was in a cage, but they can be dangerous and they can cause harm. So definitely not a creature that you want to mess with at any point. If you see one out and about. And the other thing too is if you see one in the daytime, not like this in a trap, but wandering around in the daytime, it really should raise your index of suspicion about a raccoon possibly having rabies, because like I said, that would be out of habit for them. They are nocturnal, so normally you will not see one in the daytime. So here you can see the wood where it fell from the actual vent where the raccoon was making its way in and out of the attic. And here is a closer look of that hole where we actually had one slat of that vent missing, and you can see the hole where the raccoon was making entry and going in and out every night. If you are having an issue with wildlife, whether it's squirrels, raccoons, mice, rats, anything in between, give us a call at Peskies Pest Control. We'll be happy to help you. We'll be happy to come out, take a look, come up with a customized plan for your property, and go ahead and have a successful outcome by mitigating that wildlife circumstance that you have at your home.
Google Peskies Pest Control Montgomery.